Time. It's the one thing you can't buy more of, can't make more of, and certainly can't cheat. Tomorrow often turns into next week, next month, next year. Why do we struggle so profoundly with time? Most people live in a state of temporal illusion. The reality is far more chaotic. Adrift in a sea of obligations and distractions, but there's a better way. Align your actions with your values and goals. This series, based on Thibaut Meurisse's book, will help you reclaim your time. We will delve into the psychological underpinnings of procrastination, the insidious nature of distractions, and the power of structured routines. The first step towards mastering anything is to understand it deeply. We often treat time as an adversary, a relentless force pushing us towards deadlines and obligations. We curse its swift passage when we're engaged in pleasurable activities, and yet resent its sluggish crawl when we're burdened with the mundane. But here's the inconvenient truth. Time doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about your fatigue, your overwhelm, or your carefully crafted to-do list. It marches on, indifferent to your plight. And this, I believe, is the source of much of our anxiety. We rail against the uncontrollable, instead of accepting it as an unchangeable facet of existence. The key to a healthier relationship with time lies in shifting our perspective. It's not about bending time to our will, but rather aligning ourselves with its rhythm. It's about recognizing that every moment once passed is gone forever, and that the only thing we truly control is how we choose to spend the present moment. Now you might be thinking, easier said than done, Dr. Peterson. My life is a chaotic mess of deadlines, obligations, and unexpected demands. How can I possibly find peace in this storm? And you wouldn't be entirely wrong. The modern world is structured in a way that fragments our attention and steals our time. However, I would argue that this chaos is often self-imposed. We say yes to too many things, commit to too many obligations, and allow ourselves to be constantly bombarded by distractions. We believe that we must be constantly busy to be productive, to be valuable. This is where the concept of effective time perception comes into play. It's not about working harder, it's about working smarter. It's about ruthlessly prioritizing what truly matters, setting clear boundaries, and learning to say no without guilt or hesitation. The benefits of cultivating a healthier time perception are profound. You'll experience reduced stress and anxiety, increased productivity and focus, and a renewed sense of purpose and control. You'll begin to see time not as an enemy, but as an ally in your pursuit of a meaningful life. We often prioritize tasks based on urgency. This leads to constantly putting out fires and reacting to crises. Urgent tasks dominate our days, sacrificing the important for the immediate. This creates a sense of perpetual overwhelm. The key is understanding the difference between urgency and importance. Important tasks contribute to our long-term goals and values. Shift your mindset, say no to misaligned demands, and eliminate distractions. Identifying your priorities is not merely about getting things done. It's about aligning your actions with your values and vision for the future. What do I truly value? What kind of legacy do I want to leave behind? These questions require introspection and honesty. Aligning your activities with your goals brings purpose, motivation, and satisfaction. We often misunderstand the nature of goals. We think about some vague, distant outcome, some pie-in-the-sky idea, but we don't crystallize it. It remains this wispy thing we occasionally and only semi-consciously drift towards. This is not goal setting. It's aimless drift. An aimless drift, my friends, that's the enemy of purpose, the antithesis of a life truly lived. You need to establish a point on the horizon, a fixed star to guide your journey. Without that, you're at the mercy of every passing whim, every capricious change in the winds of your emotions. Is that truly how you want to live? At the mercy of your feelings, tossed to and fro by the vagaries of your momentary desires? No. You are meant for more than that. You are capable of more than that. So let's talk about how we move from this nebulous sense of wanting to the concrete reality of goals. Because in that transition, in that very act of concretization, you step into your power. You take responsibility. You choose to become the author of your own life. Now, when it comes to setting goals, there's a lot of noise out there. But let me tell you, effective goals are SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. We need specificity to focus, measurability to track, achievability to motivate, relevance to connect, and time-boundedness to create urgency. Setting SMART goals brings clarity to your aspirations. Many people view routines as antithetical to freedom. They see them as restrictive, confining, even oppressive. But let me ask you, what is freedom if not the ability to act in accordance with your values? And how can you act in accordance with your values if you're constantly battling chaos, constantly trying to impose order on the maelstrom of your day-to-day life? The truth is, chaos is not the friend of freedom. Chaos is the tyrant. It's the voice that whispers in your ear, telling you to stay comfortable, to stay complacent, to just let things be. And before you know it, days bleed into weeks, weeks into months, and months into years. And you're left wondering where all the time went, where all the possibilities went. Don't fall prey to the tyranny of chaos. Embrace the power of systems. Now, creating a system doesn't mean you need to become some kind of automaton, rigidly adhering to a predetermined schedule every minute of every day. It's about designing a structure, a framework that supports your goals, and empowers you to make the most of your time and energy. Think of it like building a fortress. You need strong walls to protect you from distractions, a sturdy gate to filter out unwanted intrusions, and a clear line of sight to keep your goals in focus. But within those walls, within that structure, you have the freedom to move, to create, to live. Start by identifying your most important tasks, the ones that truly move the needle in your life. Then, create time blocks in your schedule specifically dedicated to those tasks. Protect those time blocks like they're sacred, because in many ways they are. They're the foundation upon which you build your dreams. Remember, a well-designed system isn't about restriction, it's about liberation. It's about freeing yourself from the tyranny of chaos so you can focus on what truly matters. We live in a world saturated with distractions. Everywhere you turn, there's something vying for your attention. The siren song of social media, the endless stream of news, the constant barrage of notifications. It's enough to make even the most disciplined among us feel like we're drowning in a sea of irrelevance. And here's the thing about distractions. They often disguise themselves as opportunities. They whisper promises of pleasure, of connection, of staying informed. But beneath that veneer lies a dangerous truth. Distractions are thieves. They steal your time, your energy, and ultimately, your potential. Don't be fooled by their seductive whispers. Recognize them for what they are: obstacles on the path to your goals. Now, eliminating distractions isn't about becoming some kind of ascetic, locking yourself away from the world in pursuit of laser-like focus. It's about making conscious choices about where you direct your attention. It's about cultivating the discipline to say no to the trivial so you can say yes to the essential. Start by identifying your biggest distractions. What are the things that consistently pull you off track? Once you've identified them, you can start to implement strategies to minimize their impact. Perhaps it's silencing your phone during focused work sessions, or using website blockers to keep yourself off social media, or having a conversation with your loved ones about creating boundaries around your work time. The key is to be proactive. Don't wait for distractions to derail you. Take control of your environment, take control of your attention, and you'll be amazed at what you can accomplish. Remember, focus is a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. And as you cultivate the discipline of focus, you'll find that you're not just more productive, you're also more present, more engaged, and more fulfilled. We often talk about time management as if it's this thing we can control, this external force we can bend to our will. But what if I told you that's the wrong way to think about it? We can't manage time. It marches on, indifferent to our plans. What we can manage is our energy. How you expend that energy determines what you accomplish. It's not a time management problem, it's an energy management problem. You've been squandering your energy on things that don't matter. We need to work with our natural energy levels, not against them. Prioritize rest and recovery. Now, how do I align my energy with my priorities? It starts with awareness. Track your energy levels throughout the day. Note what activities give you energy and which ones drain you. Schedule important tasks for when you're at your peak. Avoid busy work during these times. Say no to energy-draining commitments. Align your choices with your values and goals. By aligning your energy with your priorities, you'll accomplish more and feel more fulfilled. Let's talk about procrastination. It's the bane of many a well-laid plan. We tell ourselves we work best under pressure, but deep down, we know that's a lie. Procrastination is not about laziness, it's about fear. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of the unknown. It's a complex beast with tentacles in every aspect of our lives. We choose the comfort of avoidance over facing a challenge. It keeps us playing safe. It prevents us from stepping into our full potential. But I say, what if you are? Overcoming procrastination is hard work. It requires discipline and self-awareness. But the rewards are worth it. Break large tasks into smaller chunks. Focus on one step at a time. Use the Pomodoro technique. Work for 25 minutes, then take a break. Clean your workspace. Create a schedule and eliminate distractions. Practice these strategies to build momentum. Efficiency. It's a word that gets thrown around a lot these days. We're bombarded with tips for being more efficient, for squeezing more out of every hour. But much of what we think we know about efficiency is misguided. We often confuse efficiency with speed. True efficiency is about effectiveness. It's about doing the right things in the right way at the right time. You are not a machine. You are a human being with limits. True efficiency begins with clarity of purpose. Understand your values, goals, and what truly matters. Say no to distractions and obligations that don't serve you. Implement the Pareto principle. 80% of results come from 20% of efforts. Focus on the vital 20% of your work. Leverage technology and delegate tasks. Don't forget the importance of rest and recovery. Chapter 9 of Master Your Time is titled Delegate and Automate. People often believe to do something properly, you have to do it yourself. But we don't live in a perfect world. We have limited hours, so be strategic. Recognize others might handle tasks better. You can train people and set clear expectations. Delegation leverages strengths to achieve goals. Embrace delegation as a strategic tool for success. Now let's talk about automation. We live in a world that is increasingly driven by technology, and that technology presents us with incredible opportunities to automate tasks, both in our personal and professional lives. Think about it, how much time do you spend each day on repetitive tasks? Things like checking emails, scheduling appointments, or even managing your finances. The truth is, a significant portion of these tasks can be automated, freeing up your time and mental energy for more important things. That's the beauty of automation. It's not about replacing human effort, but about streamlining it. It's about taking those mundane, repetitive tasks off your plate so that you can focus on what truly matters. Imagine a world where you wake up to a pre-brewed cup of coffee, your schedule for the day is already laid out, and your bills are paid automatically. This isn't science fiction, it's the power of automation at work. By embracing automation, you're essentially giving yourself the gift of time. Time that you can then invest in personal growth, meaningful relationships, or pursuing your passions. Remember, mastering your time isn't just about getting things done, it's about designing a life that allows you to thrive. So we come to the final chapter of Master Your Time, titled Reflect and Adjust. Meurisse highlights the crucial role of introspection and self-improvement. It's not enough to implement new strategies and forget about them. We need to regularly assess our progress. Ask, what's working? What's not? Adjust your approach for better results. Reflection is essential for growth. It's about taking ownership of your time and choices. The path to mastery is iterative, not linear. Through reflection, we learn and emerge stronger. Like navigating a ship, adjust your sails and course. Life changes, and so should our strategies. Embrace reflection to move towards purpose and fulfillment. Now, one of the biggest misconceptions people have about time management is that it's about rigidity, about sticking to a strict schedule no matter what. But that's not true mastery. True mastery lies in flexibility, in the ability to adapt and adjust as needed. Life is unpredictable. Unexpected challenges arise, priorities shift, and our energy levels fluctuate. It's important to recognize that these fluctuations are not failures. They're simply part of the human experience. The key is to not beat yourself up when things don't go according to plan. Instead, view these moments as opportunities for learning and growth. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this situation? How can I approach it differently next time? Remember, mastering your time is not about achieving some unattainable state of perfect control. It's about developing a set of tools and strategies that empower you to navigate the complexities of life with greater intention and purpose. It's about finding a sustainable rhythm that honors your values, your goals, and your well-being. So embrace the iterative nature of self-improvement. Reflect, adjust, and keep moving forward, one step at a time. And there you have it, my friends. A deep dive into the key insights from Thibaut Meurisse's Master Your Time. Remember, mastering your time is not a destination, it's a journey. It's a lifelong pursuit of aligning your actions with your values, of making conscious choices about how you spend the precious and finite resource that is time. Now I encourage you to not just passively consume this information, but to put it into action. Take the principles outlined in this book and apply them to your own life. Experiment with different strategies, find what works best for you, and don't be afraid to make adjustments along the way. If you found this video valuable, please show your support by liking and subscribing to the channel. And be sure to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos exploring the power of personal growth and self-improvement. Until next time, remember, the clock is ticking, but the power to shape your time is in your hands.